Hi, my name is Sylvia and today I will talk to you about photography and some basic techniques of photography. First of all, I'm going to explain a bit what is photography for me. What is important for me in photography is that there is a good way to express yourself, to communicate and show your own personality to the public. For the moment, there is a problem, is that more and more people are buying digital camera, but they don't know how to use it. They just use the automatic mode and they don't know what a camera can give you, can offer you. I call it the Instagram effect. People take picture and they just put a filter and think that it's photography, which is not. Now let's speak about some basic technique of the digital camera. First of all, you have to remain three main concepts. First of all is the diaphragm, second of all is the aperture, and third of all is the exposure speed. So you can link the diaphragm and the aperture. So the diaphragm will determine the proportion of light that will reach your sensor. First that you determine this number, you can determine the exposure speed of your picture. And this is why I'm going to speak to you about the minimum aperture and the maximum aperture. Okay, the maximum aperture is a really nice effect that you can have with your digital camera. Why? What are the advantages? Is that it allows more brightness. You have a high proportion of light touching your sensor, so you have to really have a super speed, super fast exposure time, otherwise you may have the overexposure effect. It's a really nice effect also, the maximum aperture, because you will have a small depth of field which allows details. You have a wonderful image. You can be focused on one image, so you can, on the foreground it could be super sharp, on the background it could be blurred. You choose what you want. Second of all, the minimum aperture is kind of more complicated because you will need a tripod. The advantage of that is that you have to be in a place with a lot of light, so you can use it in the day, so you can practice easily. You closing in the maximum way your diaphragm, so when you close it, you have to increase the speed of your exposure, so you have more light that are touching, reaching your sensor. You will need more light because you're closing your diaphragm, so you will need a way more light. So we're going to be on the focal 22 and increase the light until 1 second to have a nice effect. There is a nice effect with that because when you use a tripod, you will have your background sharp and your foreground neat, so you can make a nice effect without object that will be moving or stuff like that, as you can see on the picture. So you can really have a lot of freedom with your creativity with those two techniques. And I hope that I gave you some good advices, and viva la fotografia!